Okay, let's get my timer going here. Welcome. We got just a couple minutes before we get started. All right, today has gotten away from me a little bit, but I'm really excited because I'm about to go live on YouTube for this week's Freedom Fridays co-planning session. So, if you are looking for a way to create a more tangible schedule that actually allows you to work less and live more, I would love for you to join me over on YouTube Live. Okay? See you in a second. Doing so many things here. Starting in just a couple minutes. Just giving us a couple more minutes before we get started. Just a couple more seconds. Getting started here. Okay. Oh, no. Fingers. Almost there. Excuse me. Mm, sorry about that. All right. All right. So we are officially started. Welcome. Welcome to this week's Freedom Friday. It looks like someone's already on. Hey, Mimi is already on. I'm so glad you could make it. I'm so happy you're here. Look, we got it figured out this week. We look a lot better than we did last week. So I'm so excited to be doing this session with you today. As I said last week, this is all about celebrating your wins, setting up your schedule for next week, and winding down for the weekend and making sure that we're really living the lifestyle, this work less, live more lifestyle that we say we want right now. This is not something that has to happen in the future. We can start changing things right now, even in the situation that we're in. And that gets me so excited. So, welcome. All right, so I love this. I want to go ahead and jump right in. What are the three things that you are celebrating from this week? I would love to be able to share them so that we can all together celebrate them, congratulate you, get excited because otherwise we get into this habit of just doing the next thing, doing the next thing, doing the next thing, rather than actually pausing to realize we're taking some great steps. As we talked about last week, baby steps are not easy, but you're taking them, you're making progress. So you should be patting yourself on the back. You deserve that. So what are we celebrating from this week? All right. So while you guys are getting a chance to put in the chat what you are celebrating, let me think about what I am celebrating from this week. Today is Friday. Um, oh, first and foremost, I am celebrating how much progress I've made on getting this live stream set up. And I just realized my microphone is not connected. Let's do that. So hopefully hopefully the Mimi, if you get a chance, let me know if that makes the audio better, hopefully. But yes, I'm so excited for making some progress on getting this set up, getting my branding in here, getting excited about continuing to do this every week. I now have it scheduled for the next 5 weeks, which is super exciting. So this is huge progress for me. And even though not everything is figured out, everything is far from perfect, it's still worth celebrating. And I think it is so important for us to stop and do that because otherwise we get so caught up on making things perfect that we don't move forward. You know, we think that C plus work isn't going to get us to the next grade, and it actually will. So I'm celebrating myself. Every week, this is going to get a little bit better. It's going to get a little bit easier. Our communication is going to be um, great. Okay, Mimi said the sound is actually great already. Good, good to know. So yeah, I'm excited about this getting better every week. So that is my first thing to celebrate this week. Let me see, what's my second thing to celebrate? I also would say, as much as I believe in these co-working sessions, I also have so much grace in that sometimes it just doesn't flow the way you think it will. And this week has been one of those weeks. So I'm in this season of changing how I do my time and energy budget. And so I put some things in my schedule this week, and some of it didn't quite work out the way I thought. Some of it needed to be tweaked. And while it wasn't perfect, I'm still very grateful for it because I know it's going to get better for the next week and I can feel the progress coming. I can feel progress in the baby step that happened, and I'm excited about that to keep moving forward too. Um, I am also very grateful for my people. I have a very amazing close-knit community which is very lucky for me. When you've lived in 15 different cities and spent years traveling the world alone for that matter, there's a beauty to it because you're like, I'm doing all the things I've always wanted to do, but it's not always easy to have really deep relationships because you're not getting to spend that quality time with those people, and quality time is my number one love language. But I've been really blessed in that in the different places I've lived, I've made some amazing friends, chosen family that no matter where I live, I stay connected with them. And in this last season of some things that were changing in my life personally, I have been so grateful for being able to call them up, to text them, to Marco Polo them, and have a cry. Like you my eyes are a little puffy because I had a call with one of them this morning, and before we got off the call I was just like, I'm so grateful for you. I'm a complete nerd and I don't care. I live it. That it is. And I am truly grateful for those people. And if you don't have anybody that you cry over how grateful you are, I wish that you get those people, because those are the people that no matter what, man, you know that your heart is taken care of. You know that there's someone in your corner, and it's just a beautiful thing. So that's the third thing that I'm celebrating for this week. So getting this all set up, um making progress on my time and energy budget, on using my time and energy budget and tweaking it, and then for the amazing people in my life. So I'm excited about that. Let's see what you guys are grateful for. Okay, I love this. Let me see if I can post it here. Okay, I love it. So Mimi says she's first and foremost grateful to sticking with my no phone rule from 9 to 5 p.m. Mimi, that is a wonderful win. You should definitely celebrate that. Like, the fact that you stuck to that all week, that is amazing. Like, yes, you you need a whole extra pat on the back. That's amazing. I'm gonna use, I don't know if you've thought about this, but that would be an amazing challenge for you to do. I don't know if it fits completely into, actually it might. I think that would kind of be cool to fit into your business model, like getting people in and getting them a part of your community. That'd be awesome. So congratulations on that. Okay, so the number two, you said outlining my next YouTube video. That's another big thing. Congratulations on that. Um, Setting up your videos and really getting a rhythm to this madness is difficult, but also super rewarding because you know it's just getting you so much closer to what's next in that journey. And seeing your channel come out, Mimi Slow Travels, that's going to be amazing. So I'm excited for that new video. I got to make sure I go over and subscribe and got my note. I think I've already subscribed, but I got to make sure my notifications are on. So I got to check that out. And then number three, actually working out this week. So good. I get that. Working out is not easy and trying to make time for it. I'm on this I signed up for this 30-day challenge, which is it's 30-day transformation, but it's a 90-day challenge. Half of the struggle is that I got to make sure I schedule time in my time and energy budget to do these hour and a half long workouts, and they're intense. So that's amazing that you made time for it. That's not a small thing at all. You said minor wins, but that's all I got right now. Girl, none of those are minor. All of those are worth celebration. And all of them are, again, baby steps are not that easy. Those are all baby steps that are taking you so much closer. Imagine not moving at all, but you were taking baby steps to move you closer to those goals. So, yes, all about the things. Like, yes, do it. You said all your support means a lot. For sure. You deserve it. Like, that's amazing. I'm so glad that you did that. Like, those are not easy things. Worth celebrating. You said, I definitely understand that some people fill your heart with so much love and joy with their presence alone. Exactly. And I've had like great relationship with them in person, so it's transcended us needing to be together now. So I'm super grateful for that we can continue to enjoy each other now. And then you also said, I actually like the challenge idea. Writing that down too. Yes, write that challenge down. That could be, even if you just did it as a 3-day challenge to start, that could be a great way for people to get into that mindset of slow travel and stepping away from their phones and allowing themselves to be present in the moment. Like, that's a huge thing that is not super easy to do, especially when you have electronics saying, hey, 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 I want your attention over here, over here, over here. So I think that'll be a great challenge for you. I love it. Excuse my cough. Awesome. You said I actually, yes, so I read that one already. Okay. So good. Great wins for this week. I'm so excited about it. Again, if we don't stop and pause and celebrate the wins and the progress that we've made in the week, we really don't give ourselves a chance to realize that we are making progress. We're just bulldozing our way to the next thing rather than realizing, taking a step and looking back and saying, wow, I actually accomplished a lot. And so I'm glad that this is a huge part of what we do every week. If you're new here, I want to pause and say welcome. I'm so excited you're here. This session is all about us getting together to set our next week up for success. If you do not have the worksheet that we're about to go through, go ahead and go to the description of this video and you can get it sent to your email. And then you can follow along and use it to do all of the steps that we're about to do. We're going to go into reflection time where we look at the tasks that we've done from this week. And we've already started that by celebrating the things that we've accomplished this week. Then we're going to look at what things we didn't get done and start making some plans for next week. And then we're actually going to get into the planning. So let's go ahead and jump into that next phase. All right. So what's going to happen? I am going to switch the screen and then we're going to jump into the reflection time. The timer I got on here today, so you'll see how much time you have. You're going to have 5 minutes to do your reflection time. Where, oh, maybe I don't have that completely set up. Let's try. We're going to try it today. um, but we're going to reflect on what things that we not accomplished this week and then section them into the 4 different blocks of how we're going to use them or set them up for next week. So let me show you what that looks like. So in our worksheet, that's going to be on page number 5. I went back and fixed the page numbers. So if you had issues with the page numbers last week, you can go get the download the new workbook. But yeah, so in this next 10 minutes, you're going to be spending time looking at the tasks that you didn't accomplish from this week and reorganizing them. Are they important but not urgent? Are they important and urgent? Are they not important and not urgent? Or are they not important and urgent? Because each of those blocks have some connection to what you should do next. So let's start with just putting our tasks in those blocks. And I'll put some music on. I hope you can actually hear the music. You know, sometimes it's weird like that on YouTube. Ooh. Okay, timer. I see you, Rashida. Yes. Thank you for celebrating with me. I'm going to work on mine too. I can tell that the music is playing and I hear it a little bit. Okay, good to know. Turn it up a little bit. Put crossfade on. Just a couple minutes or a couple seconds, really. Okay. All right. So now, pause just the music for a second. Okay. So last week I showed you a lot of, I talked you through how to do all of that and, some thought process behind it. If we find that, that's something that we should revisit and maybe do a deep dive about, I can make some plans to do that in future lives where we just really focus on getting clear about how to decide what goes in which box. If not, then that's fine too. And we're actually just going to go this section. As you can see, a new timer has popped up. This is all about actually spending the time to get into your planning. So if you haven't started yet, now all of the tasks that were in that you just reorganized into those boxes, you want to make sure that you're scheduling the do immediately tasks first in your calendar for next week, and then plugging everything else in after that. And you should already have your morning routines that are comprised of rest and fun and relaxation. Those should already be regularly in your calendar. Okay. So now you're just plugging in the things that need to happen in addition to your regular routines. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'm happy to answer them. But yes, you got 18 more minutes to get into actually doing the planning for the next week. Also, too, um, if it makes sense, next week I can do this on the screen. I've been trying to decide would that be distracting or not. So let me know if you have any thoughts. I'm excited to do what's going to feel best for us. So, all right, go ahead and get started. No more talking. I spent 2 of your minutes already. Mm, there we go. Oh, let's double check. Oh, just saw this. Okay. I'm fine with both ways. I'm a visual girl, so I'm always down for a demonstration, although the workbook does a great job of communicating everything in and of itself. Okay, good. Next time, next week I'll make sure that I have the cord set up so that I can share my screen over here. I'll still have the timer. I won't necessarily talk unless you want me to, or unless you have some questions, but um, I'll at least make sure that you can see what I'm doing in case you're wanting to just get the inside of how I do it every week. We're going to try all the different ways until we feel like we got it just right. Yes. I'm glad that sounds great. Okay, good. Mm.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah.
Double check there's no questions going on. Okay, good. We got about 7 more minutes to get our planning, our schedule all set up. I'm just working on it in another screen. I do like the idea of being able to share that with you. Let me see if I can fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like that.
Here's to figuring things out on the fly, even though so now There you go. You should be able to see. Looks like some of it's cut off, but it's not. Okay, let's see what I'm doing. We got just 5 more minutes. Okay, just about 30 seconds left. Okay. All right. Pause the music. All right, so we just did all of our planning, and as you can see, I was doing mine too. So I actually think I will show it just because I think you getting to see me do it helps a little bit. Figuring things out on the fly is a superpower. I can see your screen. Yes. I think it'll help if I show my screen, especially because I don't want you to think I'm back here not actually doing the work. I've just been trying to figure out, am I doing it on my iPad? Should I do it while I'm, should I do it on the screen and trying to figure that out? But I most definitely do this every week, and you can see how I'm dragging and dropping. And Mimi, you said figuring it out on the fly. The thing is, I have my time and energy budget in my mind. I usually would have it on if I'm new to using it, or if I'm using a updated version of my time and energy budget. I usually have my schedule on one side and my time and energy budget on the other side, but it makes it easier for me to know, okay, these are the general times where I can schedule these things in. And I also know where my recurring things should be fitting in. Like I know my evening workouts, I generally do those late evening right now. I do them between 8 and 10 because they're about 2 hours in the evening. So I can drag and drop those in, and I could automatically schedule them if I want, but it feels more personal to me. It feels more like a intentional decision to me right now to actually make sure that I drag and drop it so that I can see it and make sure things are not overlapping. So I don't know if you saw, there was a moment where I drag and dropped or I was about to drag and drop a task, and I had allotted like 8 hours for it, and I it would have overlapped everything else that I had scheduled for that day, and I had to move it to a completely different day. Just because I now could see with clarity, there was no way for me to fit it into that day, even though ideally I would like to, but it wasn't the most important thing for that day. So, um, that'll clear it up. There to go. So yes, it kind of seems like I'm doing it on the fly, but I've also been doing this for 4 years. So see this as this is where you're going to get to if you continue to do this every week, because you will be setting your planning up to, you will get used to this. Like it'll literally become a bit of second nature to you, and it's going to make it a lot easier to do that. Okay, anyone who works out for 2 hours in one session is deserving of admiration. Girl, if I wasn't doing this workout plan, I wouldn't be doing 2 hours. Let me tell you, anytime my housemate passes me in the house, they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "I'm working out." I don't I don't have as much excitement about it as I would like to. But all of that being said, and I haven't even been as consistent with it as I would like, but I do feel the progress. So I can feel the progress in my body. My housemate can see the progress for me. So yes, thank you for that. I appreciate that that celebration. Okay. Let's see. You said, yeah, yes, the visuals definitely help because seeing overlap on my schedule stresses me out, and I'm immediately trying to figure out how to not have that happen. Right. And that's the thing. When you have it all in your mind, you think, oh, there's no overlap. I got time for everything. Like we don't visually see those overlaps, but when we put it on our calendar, and we have to see, oh, I actually told myself it was going to take me 4 hours to do this, but I also thought that I was going to do this, this, and this, this, and this. It changes how you actually use it, and it makes you recognize that you're double booking yourself and you actually have to tweak some things. So yes, I'm glad that's working. The visualization goes so far in this. This is the visualization is what makes it tangible, and what actually helps you start changing your behavior. What helped me change my behavior, because it wasn't until I really saw this down on paper that I recognized I was setting my week up for failure by overbooking myself and seeing just how badly I was doing that, and even recognizing it, and I didn't recognize it before. So that was super huge for me. Okay, so now we are at the place where we have celebrated our wins for the week. We have set up our schedule for next week. And now we're getting to that place where we should be ready to start winding down. What? So I would love to hear. Oh, wait, before we get too far, what did Mimi say? Mood. The instructors always ask what I thought of the class after pure bar class. And I'm like, I hated it, but that's a good thing. Yes. I agree. I, this was the worst thing ever, yet it was the best thing ever. It's that that tension of every time I work out and every time I feel like it's the same kind of thing with working out at the beginning or doing this planning at the beginning. That's why when I talk about like what this session is like, I equate it to a group workout session where you come and you're like, this is grueling because I'm doing something out of my comfort zone and I don't really want to do it this way. I kind of want to just be flowy, but I know that structure is actually going to make this better for me. And when we get done, we're like, I hated that, but it made my life so much better. I equate it feels the same thing for at least to me for this. So you could tell me if you feel the same way, but that's totally how I feel about this. Okay, so I was supposed to be doing the recap. So yes, we celebrated our wins from this week that has passed. We set up our schedule for next week, and now we are into this phase where we're winding down for the weekend. So I would love to hear. Last week, were you able to close at least um one window on your computer? Were you able to do that? Let me know in the chat. I love these sessions for that reason. Exactly. Because when it's scheduled to do it and you know somebody's looking for you, you're like, oh, I better show up and get it done. And you know you'll feel so much better. Just spending this hour gives you so much time back in your whole next week. It takes you out of decision fatigue. It takes you out of second guessing what's the most important. It allows you to be more productive and just focused in. Hopefully you shouldn't even be multitasking. Like it when you focus, you get so much more done. So all the benefits of doing this. I'm glad you are receiving that and enjoying this as well. So yes. Last week I did close windows down. I actually closed down a couple extra windows last week. So let me know if you were able to close some of the windows on your computer as a part of your wind down. I also will say I didn't close them down immediately. So if you're doing this at the end of the day, that's fine. Maybe, this session is around noon. Maybe you got a couple more hours of work before you can wind down. But if you're closing the windows by the end of the day on Friday, that means you're doing it as far as I'm concerned. That means you're winning. So let me know how that went. The next thing on the wind down schedule is to decide what fun thing are you going to do this week. So last week I went to this place. I went to an event called Club Bloom. It was at the Bloomingthal Theater here in Charlotte, and it was a lot of fun. So we got there a little late. My friend that I went with, she had been injured, and I was like, "Girl, are you sure you want to go and like stand on that leg?" And she's like, "No, it's fine. Like, I'm gonna be your wing woman. It's gonna be great." Because she's married already. So I was like, "Okay, we're gonna do it." So we got there. We didn't have any issues with the tickets because I wasn't sure if we were going to because I didn't get a chance to RSVP for her. We went in, kind of took some pictures, introduced ourselves to a couple friends, and they gave us raffle tickets. We listened to some music for a little bit, and then they did the raffle, and I won 2 tickets to a concert, which was amazing. I was like, great, that'll be one of my Friday wind down days because it's on another Friday, so that was a lot of fun. And then, listen, we got some food and we came on home. We were out for all of maybe an hour and a half, and I enjoyed every bit of it. So, if you did something fun specifically because you know it was winding down last week, I would love to hear about that. Let me see. Going back to closing the windows on your computer. Mimi said, I was able to. I have to say, I haven't had the problem of overworking for at least 6 months. So I'm always ready to shut down. I realize that I need to connect more in real life instead of online, though. I get that. I get that. It's like finding that balance of not just overworking, but making sure that we replace it with the connection and the things that we actually want to do. Because sometimes I will tell myself, I'm not going to work. Like I did this Christmas. I said I wasn't going to work and I didn't work, but then I was bored because I really didn't decide what I wanted to do instead. So you have to be intentional. That's why I'm always like, have a list of what are the fun things that you like to do so that when you're not working, but you're not really sure what you want to do, you have some go to things that you can do that are free. You don't have to have a budget for and that you can go and enjoy so that you can actually rest in those times. So, yes, that's a really good call out, Mimi. Thank you for sharing that. Um, yes, you said, "Ooh, what concert?" So, the concert is for Christian McBride. It's the I'm terrible. I don't know who it is, but I don't care. I'm gonna go anyway. I'm gonna look it up. My friend actually knew who it was, and she was looking at the tickets, so she's obviously gonna come with me. So yes, I'm excited about that. And that'll be at the Belk Theater here at the end of I think it's February 23rd. So I'm excited about it. Again, hey, free tickets is always a good time too, right? And then let's see, you said, I'm thinking I'll see if there's a dance class that I can take this weekend or sometime next week. Yes, I love that. I think one of the things that feels so restful for me, and most of the things on my rest list are about getting out of my mind and getting into my body. Like, I am on the Myers-Briggs, there's the introvert, there's the INTJ or whatever I'm trying to think what they are. Uh Gosh, I can't think of what the different letters are for right now, but the part that I always think about is the thinker and feeler. When I'm in thinker, I tend to be more in like my work mindset. And when I'm in feeler, I tend to be more in rest. Um, and I'm more in rest when I'm out of my mind and like literally in my body and doing things. So actually the workouts have been great for making sure that I actually rest every day too, because they're regularly every day right now. So yes, I love that you found a dance class because that's another way to get into physically using our bodies. We sit down so much. So it's just so much different to enjoy that physical mobility in our body and letting that flow. So I'm excited about that. Let me know where you find the class to be. And I owe you that because I'm coming to Atlanta on Monday and I know there's classes. There's a class on Monday, but I'm not going to get there in time for it'll be happening while I'm traveling. Please don't let me forget to give you that in the community, Mimi. I need to write that down. Um, Send Mimi dance class information. Okay. Just trying to make sure I don't forget that. And then the next thing you said, I don't know who it is either. I'm glad it's not just me. But I bet I'd be well acquainted, but after that concert, ride might be my new best friend after that concert. So yes, I'm excited about it. I mean, why not enjoy a free concert? I think it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah. So yeah, those were things I did last week. Closed down some windows, went to the concert. Oh, fun meal that I had. My friend has a vegan restaurant. What did he make us last week? I can't remember what he made us last week. He's been making a lot of things for us recently. I will say last night he gave us some vegan meat pies and I ate the rest of them this morning. They were delicious. So I definitely had something that I wasn't cooking for myself, which is always great for taking rest. So if you know what things you're going to do to wind down today, go ahead and let me know in the chat. How many windows do you hope to close this week? Well, for Mimi, she's not having to worry about that. Girl, I'm trying to get to your level where I don't default to working. I'm better at it, recovering. But I'm not great at it, especially as I've been building my business, but it's gonna level back out. I'm working on leveling back out with intentionality. Um, so yes, are you going to close down your windows? What are you going to do for fun today? And what great thing that, what fun thing out of your norm are you going to eat today? All right. Oh, I know what we did. Last week we had this vegan Indian food. It was chicken, like soy curl chicken, because it wasn't actual chicken. Tikka masala and a mango lassi. Oh, and that mango lassi was so, so good. So yes, that's what I had last Friday. Very delicious. I knew it was something. I just couldn't remember what it was. Okay. So you said that's how I got familiar with, I'm guessing that says Alicia Cara. I've never seen that before. I love that spelling. I won a ticket to one of her concerts and I realized that her music was a whole vibe. Isn't it nice when you get to experience the artist that way the first time? I feel like it makes you more in tune to who they are and their music. It makes you want to continue listening to them even more. So yeah, I really got high hopes for this Christian McBride concert. I think it's going to be a really good time. And the event that I went to last week was a really good time. So I got on their email list. They have a couple things that are coming up next week. If I wasn't traveling next week, I probably would have signed up for a couple more things because they really did have some amazing things going on. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Let me know how it goes. Or you already went to that concert. I'm gonna have to look up Alicia Cara. That's what I'm gonna do. And excuse my notifications in the back. I thought I'd turn this off. Okay, so let me see. There was another comment here. Let me see. Not Not having to cook and getting a delicious, nutritious meal is the ultimate flex. Come on, right? I, I love when I don't have to cook and I still get to eat well. It's like my favorite thing in the whole world. All of like for a good 6 months last year, I did meal prep boxes because it was really huge for me to start shifting into whole food, plant-based eating lifestyle, but it was a lot of work for me to find the recipes, and I just could not manage it on my own. And I'm all about getting help. I hope that you're all about getting help too, since you're here. Like, this should be in your sphere. When you're making lifestyle changes, big lifestyle changes like this, you don't have to do it all by yourself at one time. Like, you can get help. So, getting the meal prep boxes were great help for me, and they really helped me change because I needed to not have to cook it. So I'm glad you're into that vibe too. I'm all about trying out the meal plan boxes. They help a lot. And now my friend does meal prep, so vegan meal prep, so that's amazing. Yes, mango lassi does hit the spot every single time. Agreed. It is one of my favorites. Yeah, that concert was almost 7 years ago. I completely get that. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope that listen, let me rub off on you, give you some more of that winning concert tickets. I hope you get some of that coming up too, so you can add that to your Friday wind down session at some point coming in the future. All right. So that being said, we have gone through all of our tasks for today. As always, this is such a great start to really building this work less, live more lifestyle. And I love being able to share these Fridays with you. If this was helpful for you, I have additional resources that will help you continue to take this journey to the next level and the next level. Because the thing is, freedom doesn't happen all at once. You get into one level of freedom and you're like, "Oh, now I'm ready to free this too." I started with financial freedom and then I started working and then after that I went into time freedom, into location freedom, and now I'm in work freedom. And so you keep realizing that there's more levels to this gaining freedom in your life type thing. And so if that is something that you're passionate about, I would love for you to first start with checking out my anti-superhero toolkit. It is all about helping you create that time and energy budget. So a lot of what we did today used our time and energy budget so that we would have the routines and things that would help us normalize and help us routinize doing habits of creating fun, relaxation, um, what's the other word I'm looking for? And rest throughout the week so that It's creating this work, it's tangibly creating this work life balance and the decisions that we make every single day. So if you don't have that time and energy budget, like, you can still obviously do this exercise and set your week up for success, but the time and energy budget actually helps you bring intentionality to shifting what you are doing right now into what you want your life to look like. You know what I mean? It doesn't just happen by accident. We have to put intentionality about it. So if you are interested in that, my anti-superhero toolkit, is the link is in the description. You can look through. If you have any questions, there is a button in the bottom left corner. You can send me a DM there, and I'll happily answer any questions for you. But it's all about helping you create that time and energy budget, and really, that'll really take even what we're doing here on Friday to the next level. Okay. And then if you've already got that and you're like, listen, I'm rolling with my time and energy budget, and I'm ready to start, like, literally envisioning what I want this new lifestyle to look like from a holistic perspective, more than just creating a vision board. I love vision boards. We're coming through vision board season, and I talked a little bit last week. I'm actually going to be creating a YouTube series about how I do my vision board. But if you're ready to do more than just create a vision board and look at where you want your life to look like, more than just this year, it's this longer term thing that actually shifts our whole life, then I would love for you to check out Meant for More. And that's my 6 month coaching program that walks you through detoxing workaholic tendencies, then actually creating a 10-year vision and vision map, so that you're doing things that change your life. It's like putting a destination in the GPS of your life. And once you have the destination, then you can calculate the path that's going to get you there, rather than just trying something and I hope it works and hoping it works and throwing spaghetti at the wall. Like, we're not doing that anymore. We don't have time for that. We're ready to actually just get to the thing. And so this coaching program will help you do that. And then once you put the destination in the map, now it's just about driving that and helping you overcome the things that are going to get in your way as you try to get there. I can tell you there were so many things that I didn't expect to happen on my journey to creating time freedom, energy freedom, work freedom, location freedom. And I had to navigate it on my own, but it would have been so much nicer to have someone that was on in my corner, helping normalize some of the things that I went through, helping me overcome them and using them to grow me and develop me to move me on to the next step. And that's all the different things that I do in my program for you. Since I had to learn it the hard way, I don't want that for you. It doesn't have to be that way. So I'd love for you to check that out. Again, that is in the description as well. So there's plenty of great resources I have for you. I hope that you take advantage of each and every one of them. And I hope to see you back right here next week at noon on YouTube Live for our next session of Freedom Fridays, where we celebrate your wins from this week, set your next week up for success, and then wind down for the week. I really enjoy you guys. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week.